Hey, what is going on, guys? So if you remember a couple months back, I got this and I did a review on this for you guys, the Combat Scheme card file from Maschinen Krieger. And basically the number one reason I wanted to do that was because I know that, at least for me, when I was considering buying this, there was basically no information about it that I could find, at least in English, anywhere online. So I thought it's a good chance for me to make that resource available for you guys so you guys can know what this is all about if you're a fan of Maschinen Krieger. So I did a review on this, and I made a note in that it's kind of a shame that you have this big fat file and it's really only like halfway full. And so a couple people pointed out to me that there's also a volume 2. So I got it, and I got my hands on the volume 2 here, fortunately, and again, not cheap, as this was like around $35 or something like that. I think the list price, or maybe 40 something. It looks like the list price on this is actually 4,800 yen, so almost 50 bucks for this, but I'm sure I did not pay that much for it. Still, basically what this is just more cards, but it does come in this really cool case. So you got this like clear sleeve, so I guess if you only got this set by itself, you'd have this to keep it in, but obviously I'm going to be putting them in my binder here so I can have them all in one thing. But just as for the case, I mean, it is really cool. You have this paper slip on the outside of it, I guess here on the back, just talking about the book, the binder, the set 1. And then on the front, of course, mentioning about the included waterslide decal sheet that we have in here as well too. So let's see if I can find that. Should be around in here somewhere. Here it is. So at the back of all the cards, we have this little bit in here. Just this paper thing. Not really necessarily sure what this is all about, but I think it's just an index of maybe all the kits and everything. But this is not something that will fit into the card file. It's just extra kind of piece of paper. And let's see, this one as well too. Looks like just an advertisement again about the binder. So there's an advertisement for that, explaining what that's all about, and tells you, I guess, about a little bit explanation about some of the markings. So that's pretty cool. This was the set that's included with the set 1, and then this is the decal set that's included with this volume 2. So a little bit different ones here with this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at these in this very nice big sheet. Ooh, very nice. You got some gray, blue, black, dark red. You got the beer glasses there, some cards, some kangaroos, some of the classics, and then some really unique ones here as well too. You got the snakes, you got the 30th anniversary Maschinen Krieger logos, decals there as well too. That's pretty cool. The skull and crossbones, the dice, the bee, the mermaid shield, the jack-o'-lantern. So yeah, some really cool, some a few little markings up there at the top, mostly just kind of the larger letters, numbers, and big logos there, but that is looking very cool. And if we get really super up close, there you guys can see the print quality, of course, looking very nice. So those will be really nice additions to the collection. Let's go ahead and then take a look and see what we've got in here for some of the cards. So we've got some fireball color schemes here. We won't go through all of them because there's a lot. Let me see. I don't know exactly how many. It probably does say somewhere exactly how many are in here, but there's got to be 100 or something. I mean, there's quite a lot. So we got some fireball color schemes as well as a fireball decal layout there for you, and the PKA HO. Oh, really cool decal schemes or color schemes for this, actually. Quite fitting, actually, for an idea. I was thinking about doing something like that on something in the near future. So the interesting color schemes here for that, and then the line art, kind of breakdown of the different parts of the PKA. Very cool. AFS Mark 1. Oh, some really cool color schemes in this. I really like that. Gray with the yellow spots on it as well too. Really nice. And line art for that as well too. And as well, he got some English on there, telling you like what each part of that is. Like number 9, for example. Where's number 9? Just that back part is the shield. All it says is the shield anyway. That's kind of obvious, I guess. But number 1 here, for example, that bit on the top is the exhaust pipe. So really cool, just like learning resource. There's the Hornets. Very cool camo pattern for that as well too. The PKA. What I'm really wondering is if the Dachshund and different Dachshund variants are in here, but I don't. Oh, there are some later towards the end. There's a Grosser Hund at least. Let's see, Altair. Yeah. At least there's a couple of them towards the back, so we'll get to that anyway. Here we got some Fireball, some Jerry, PKA H1. Oh, so maybe the other one was not HO, but H0. The Flage. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but here's the Croat and Crew, Fledermaus, camouflage, pilot, and a lot of information obviously here. It's all in Japanese, you'll have to translate that, but a lot of information, I'm guessing, is just kind of background information about the characters and the machines and things like that. The Krakenvogel, which was just recently released, that's kind of up next in my queue to build once I finish my Dachshund. I plan on building on that. The Prowler, that's a cool color scheme there for the Prowler, there, that one at the bottom. The cows, which I've got half built, I need to finish building that at some point. SAFS, the Nut Rocker. They're always like the, I don't necessarily really like this model, for example, but I do like the color schemes on it. Always the camo schemes on the Nut Rocker always look really cool. There's some really wild ones. So yeah, I gotta say, compared to set 1, I mean, there's a lot of really great stuff in set 1 as well too, but I mean, this is also really great. I mean, this is like the ultimate resource for all your camo scheme needs for painting Maschinen Krieger stuff. It's like everything in here. So while these sets are pretty expensive, and you know, a lot of this stuff I'm sure you can find online, or you can find examples of these builds, photographs and things online, or in other different magazines and stuff. So the set 1 and then set 2 here are both just kind of not really necessary at all. They're just kind of things like just that are nice to have if you're a fan of the series and like you're really enjoying painting these kits and stuff. It's a really good resource to just have on hand, but not necessary by any means. So I mean, it's not something that I would definitely recommend like for anyone like, hey, if you want to build Maschinen Krieger kits, you gotta have this set. It's nothing like that. But if you enjoy the series and if you don't mind spending a little bit of money on these, it's like all in all, I think between the two sets it probably costs around 80 bucks, which I mean is kind of a lot. But I don't know, it's not too bad. It's a really great resource here. As you guys can see, there's just loads and loads of color scheme examples, lots of information. Again, just if you're that interested and you want to take the time to you know, just use your phone, just capture it, translate it. The translation will probably be pretty wonky, but I mean, you can probably sort it out. Let's just try it here for an example. Just try this little blurb here on the Hummel and see how well it does with the translation of this. Hummel inherited Sandgro 26, the basic color of the mother PK40 Fledermaus. Although it has become obsolete in the number as the number has decreased, there are many aircraft whose nose tip is painted yellow as an identification color because of the existence of the J40S of the Mercenary Army, which is a copy of the PK40. This aircraft is overcoated with forest camouflage green as the basic color. I mean, it's just some basic information. The translation is not that bad. You can still get the general gist of it, right? And again, that's just this little blurb here, which is just kind of a note, basically. It's not really as extensive as if you were to translate, I don't know, probably some of these other notes, or maybe a little bit more informative as for different things. But once again, here's just some more Croat color schemes there. Markings for that. Hornis, Falk there. That's a cool one. Really like this holy cow one there as well too, with that kind of really dark black and white color scheme there. That's nice. Interesting. The Nutcracker there. Really like that color scheme. This one is probably my personal favorite though, which is why I kind of made an attempt to sort of recreate this on my Bond Dock kit, HG Bond Dock, when I painted that one. But as we're making our way towards the end, I'm just realizing that there is a couple of pages here for the Grosser Hund, which is just that one, and the Grosser Hund Altair, and the last one here, just the Super Ball and the Luna Pawn there, like that. Now, what I'm interested in comparing is how this card for the Grosser Hund compares to the card that's included with the kit, because I've got that here on hand. Let me check. And if we compare, we can see it's basically the same. Unfortunately, like the color is slightly different. This is the one from the kit. You can see like the color of the paper is slightly lighter, but basically it's the same. So that's a little bit disappointing, just knowing that all of these in this set are not original, that some of them I guess are probably taken from the ones that were included with the kit and they're just copied from that, which is fine I guess. But then, you know, the kind of, when you're having the kits and you get this in the kit and you have the binder, you want to add it into the binder, it's like, oh, well, I already have that one. So if you have the set anyway. So I don't know, slightly disappointing, but really not that big a deal anyway. All right, there we go. That is certainly a big stack. You can see, yeah, it basically just doubles the size of what you had in here. So it certainly looks filled up. That said, when you close this up, there's still like a big gap there. So like I wish when you close this, that was a tight fit, but like it's still gonna be kind of not super tight. This binding on the outside is still too wide, or I guess the spine, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, so I don't like that, because then if you have it on like a shelf and you have your shelf packed with a lot of books, it's gonna be kind of weird. It should be a nice flat fit. Anyway, just like kind of a small complaint about that, but still very cool. So that is going to be about it for today, guys. This is now complete, the Bible, as it were, basically, of Maschinen Krieger, I guess. So it's all complete, and I'm feeling good now, ready to get back to work on some of the kits. If you guys have any other further questions about this set, of course, do feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. But that's it for volume 2 of the Combat Scheme card file. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys.